Once upon a time, there lived a young boy named Ifeanyi who was done with his secondary school and was looking for small jobs to do, so his parents helped to find the job for him. Ifeanyi was sent to another village by his parents to learn trading with his new Oga Felix, who was to teach him all he needed to know about trading pure leather. On that fateful day, when Ifeanyi was to leave, his parents advised him to keep good friends when he got to his Oga's place and to be highly obedient so that after 6 years of service, he can be settled and start his own business. Ifeanyi was happy to be leaving to start a new life in a new environment. He wasn't doing anything back in his village. This was a dream come true. He set off for his journey. Ifeanyi got to Oga Felix's house and he was welcomed by Mr. Felix, his family and other boys who he asked himself who they were. He was given food to eat, after which it was time to tell him the rules governing the house and the shop. Mr. Felix welcomed him once again, saying, "Ifeanyi, you are welcome to my home. How are your parents doing?" And Ifeanyi responded, "They are fine, sir." Then Mr. Felix went on explaining, "In my house, everyone wakes up at 5 a.m. You have to clean the house before heading to the shop by 6:30 a.m. Am I understood?" Ifeanyi said, "Yes, sir." He added, "You will be sharing room with Ebube and Chidi. They are your seniors in this job. Also, you're to eat when everyone is eating, and I do not like lazy people." Ifeanyi quickly responded, "I am hardworking, sir." And Mr. Felix said, "We will know as time goes on." The next morning, Ifeanyi woke up by 5 a.m., cleaned the compound, and did other duties that was allocated to him. He had his bath and was ready for work. When others were ready, they headed out for work together. Getting to work, duties were shared amongst themselves, which they carried out perfectly. Ifeanyi worked with his Oga for 6 years as agreed and had no issues, so it was time for his settlement, and Oga Felix settled him well and even gave him a gift for being very hardworking. Ifeanyi quickly opened a shop, then traveled to his village to let his parents know that he had started his business. Getting to his village, his mother prepared his favorite meal, so he broke the good news to them. They were happy, they prayed with him, and still advised him to be very careful and to trade with caution. Going back to work, Ifeanyi's business was moving really slow, but he had faith that things would get better. But things got bad as the days went by, so he went to his friend who was also settled, same time as he was, to know what he was doing differently and why his business was doing much better than his. But his friend only told him to be patient, that customers will come. Days turned to months and months turned to years, but the business wasn't doing great. On his way coming back from work one day, he met Ebube. During their communication, he explained all that was happening to him. Ebube told him not to worry, that he was going to take him somewhere for protection in case he did a wrong deal without knowing. Ifeanyi agreed to it. The agreed date for the movement came and they both met at Ebube's shop. Ebube took him to the cult leader, who they referred to as Wise One. Ifeanyi narrated his stories to the Wise One, and immediately the Wise One told him, "That isn't an issue. All you have to do is to use this amulet I am giving to you to protect you from any bad energy, and you will make great sales." Ifeanyi collected it and wore it immediately. The Wise One asked him to drop something for appreciation. Ifeanyi did. Months later, Ifeanyi's business started thriving. Ifeanyi was so grateful and quickly went to share the good news with Ebube, who advised him to buy a goat for the Wise One, which he did out of joy. But this was the beginning of the problem Ifeanyi knew not of. The Wise One told him to always bring a bloody sacrifice when there was a new increase, which he just said okay without thinking it through, because he felt it was just to bring goats and that's all. Time passed. Ifeanyi got married to a beautiful lady, Afoma, who gave birth to 2 kids, Uche and Amaka. The family was great and everyone admired them. Ifeanyi's leather business became one of the most recommended by all. His business and family was doing great. He felt he had attained the height he dreamt of. Little did he know that the enemies would soon strike. One hot afternoon, Ebube went to Ifeanyi's shop to let him know the wise one wanted to see him, which he went immediately. That was when he was told he had to bring his first child, Uche, into the cult. He was shocked and said, "Cult? I thought you were a herbalist who helped me out." But the wise one replied, "Then why do you make bloody sacrifice for every milestone that was attained?" That was when it dawned on Ifeanyi that he had chosen the wrong path for wealth. Ifeanyi said no, that he won't get his family involved in this. The wise one warned him that if he doesn't, calamity will befall his home. Ifeanyi ignored him and left. Nothing happened to his family, so Ifeanyi felt all was well, and he never mentioned this to anyone in his family. One certain day, Ifeanyi slept and never woke up. This left his family in confusion because he wasn't ill. The loss of their father broke their hearts, but they never knew that the troubles befalling them was about to start. The business remained as it is with Uche running it. It was growing, but strange things kept on happening to Uche. He wasn't able to get married, as every young maiden he met would suddenly cancel on him days to their wedding. Not just that, he kept on having dreams where he was bathing in a stream and the water turned to blood. He wasn't disturbed, he just told himself it's just a dream. But he never knew he was being called into a cult to answer after his father. Since Uche wasn't disturbed, the only way to get his attention was to ruin the business. So when he searched for answers, he will know the source of wealth he's enjoying, said the wise one. The business started crumbling, and that was when Uche started searching for answers to the misfortune befalling him. He went to different places trying to know what was wrong with him. His mother took him to visit the chief priest of another village, who then revealed that his father was in a cult, and the cult is demanding for him to join since their father was no more. Uche and his mother didn't believe any of this, saying that can't be true. Papa wasn't in any cult and didn't mention being in one. So they journeyed to the far east to find answers to their problem. They met a priest who told them the same thing and told them if they don't believe her, she will summon their father to speak for himself, which she immediately did. Ifeanyi appeared and told his son and wife everything that had happened and asked for their forgiveness. But the issue was, what was the way out? They met different scholars, but they had no response on how to find a way out of the cult. Uche was in misery. He didn't know what to do, but he didn't give up. He made up his mind that his father's mistake won't determine his destiny, so he was ready to go to any length to get a solution. One fateful day, Uche was directed to an old woman who people claimed she had the power to solve mystic issues. So he journeyed to meet her. The moment Uche entered her hut, she told him why he had come and told him the solution was easy. She told him to rest, that he will be free at night. When it was midnight, she woke him up and told him to stand in front of the bowl of water, which she prepared with some native herbs, and told him to call his name 3 times and proclaim, he has nothing to do with the source of his father's wealth and doesn't want to have anything to do with it either. Since his father is dead, let everything die with him. He repeated appropriately, then had a bath with the water. He traveled back home and noticed that the strange dream stopped. He started a leather business afresh and it was going well. He was also able to get married to a beautiful maiden, Njideka. Uche's life went back to normal and he was at peace with himself. The moral lesson here is be careful of what you wish for and always ask questions so you don't walk into your destruction.
Please like, subscribe, comment, share, turn on the notification bell to get more interesting stories like this.